Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha. Make sure you hit the like button on your way in. Let everyone know that we are live. Y'all, I know everyone's going to bed, and so forth, but I saw this news and I definitely had to come live to talk about this because when you feel that something is off, okay, you have to trust that inner feeling. And I already told you I felt something was off with Malcolm Jamal Warner. And before Malcolm Jamal Warner, I always felt like something was not quite right with the way Angie Stone passed away. Okay. We were hearing, even in that situation, a young lady came out with a video and she even shared her thoughts and what had happened. And a lot of people thought that lady was crazy and was going off on her until now, okay, that the lawsuit is being filed. Some of the things that the lady said may have been true. Oh my goodness, let's see who we have here so far. Good evening, Royal D is in the building. Thank you so much for joining, sis, and thank you for being first in the building. It's good to know I'm not up by myself. Okay. Hey, Shelly Shells, my other sis is in the building. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you for joining. Hey, no more drama. Welcome. Thank you for joining, sis. I appreciate that. Yes, y'all, please tap that like button because we are going to even look at the actual lawsuit documents. Okay, there are some things in here, y'all. Hey, I'm reading with y'all for the first time, but baby, a lot of stuff they kept from us. See, okay, I know that some people take things that the news put out there, whatever they'll put out there, they take that as the Bible. Okay, law. Oh, they said it happened like this. Not knowing that there can sometimes be things that are hidden from the public. Okay. And we're going to see in this case that some things have been hidden from us. We did not find out a lot of these things. Okay. Hey, Susan, good evening. Thank you for joining. All right. So we're going to get into it because I know everyone's probably going to bed. But look, I wanted to talk about this. This woke me up when I tapped into this. Okay. Now, two children of singer Angie Stone, they are both suing a trucking company. Okay. The truck manufacturer and others. And they're seeking damages for an Alabama interstate crash that unalived Angie Stone. Now, the lawsuit says the driver lost control of the Mercedes Benz Sprinter van, and when he tried to steer it back onto the highway, it flipped over with the 63-year-old Angie Stone, her bandmates, and entourage inside. Okay. Now, the lawsuit was filed Tuesday, y'all, in Georgia State Court in the Atlanta suburb of Lawrenceville. And it says, and we're going to look at the actual court document, but it says that Stone and the other occupants of the van survived the initial pre-dawn wreck. Can we just put a bookmark and praise the Lord for Angie Stone on that part? That the actual accident did not take her out. She actually survived that part of the accident. I never knew that. Okay. I never knew that. Now, check this out. Passers-by pulled over and helped five of the nine occupants crawl out of the flipped over Sprinter. Okay. Now, Angie Stone, y'all, this part here. Oh my gosh, it breaks my heart. It really, really breaks my heart. Angie Stone was allegedly still trying to get out of the Sprinter. That she didn't die in the Sprinter, y'all. Okay. She was still trying to get out when an 18-wheeler carrying a load of sugar slammed into the van. the lawsuit says. Okay. That impact ejected Angie Stone and pinned her under the van. And this is where she ultimately passed away. Now, Sheila Hopkins, which was another person with her, was still inside the van, but she only suffered injuries. Now, y'all, I'm still a little, I would say I'm still kind of side on some of this, okay? Because we still haven't heard from a lot of these people, but y'all, if hi Sammy's World, welcome, thank you for joining. My thing is, we haven't heard from some of the people that were on the actual van. Hey, Jessica. But guess what? They want a trial by jury. And guess what? During that time, those people are going to have to come forward and speak up. Okay. None of them have spoken about this. Now, you mean to tell me the impact? Just thinking about that part. Hey, Terry, thank you so much, Terry. Yes, this live is for educational entertainment purposes only and is covered under the Fair Use Act. Information shared is alleged in our opinions as we react to various topics and people. Now, you mean to tell me this van got hit, okay? And it was to the point Angie was allegedly trying to get out. Now, it pinned her under. Well, the other lady, she didn't suffer hardly that many injuries. Like, I mean, it's a miracle because God can do that. He can. Okay, I don't want to take that away from God. But hearing some of the details of this, I mean, that is a huge miracle. It really is. Okay. Jessica said, what happened to the lady that made the video about how she helped Angie get out? Girl, they ran that lady off of the internet. Okay. That lady came out and was telling everyone about what happened. People were thinking that lady was crazy. They were harassing her, going off on her. Child, they ran her off the internet. And now look. Now, Hopkins and Stone's two children, Diamond Stone and Michael D'Angelo Archer, filed the lawsuit. Excuse me. They're suing the van driver, the truck driver, the man, and companies who own the van, the trucking company, and the maker of the 18-wheeler truck. Okay. The lawsuit also claims that the truck's collision avoidance system was faulty. Now, I've heard this, y'all, from some truck drivers in some of these comments. And they said that a lot of the trucks, if it senses something in the road, okay, it usually begins to stop the trucks. Now, I don't know, I'm not a truck driver, but I've been seeing some of those comments. And so by it being faulty, allegedly, it failed to detect the van lying stationary in one of the lanes on the interstate. Now, the lawsuit also claims that the truck driver, check this out, was listening to music on his headphones, wasn't paying attention, and never braked before slamming into the van at nearly 70 miles per hour. That is how come, how like, and I have to see if I can find that picture, but on a lot of the pictures, I was wondering, how did the van, or not the van, but his truck end up on the other side with oncoming traffic going the opposite direction? Well, if he was going 70 miles per hour and did not even brake, then it hit the van and kept going. That's how his truck ended up on the other side. Okay. And then, sir, why are you listening to headphones and music on your headphones in an 18-wheeler driving 70 miles per hour? Now, I got some theories for sure on some of this stuff. Okay. And I'll tap into that probably a little later because I want to show y'all this actual court document. But, sir, Mm-mm. Susan said there were so many variations of how Angie passed, and I'm still side eyeing what is being said now. Okay, exactly, Susan. Royal D said she got her a lawyer, then left. Okay, girl. Hey, love you for real. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Hey, Vet. Thank y'all for joining. Okay, so he was all allegedly listening to his music going 70 miles per hour with a faulty truck. Angie Stone had already, hey, made it out of the accident. Praise the Lord. She did not die in the original accident like we were told. Okay? She was trying to get out of the sprinter. Now, let me keep going because baby, it's some stuff I'm trying to hold on to some of my thoughts, and I know the smart crew, y'all probably know my train of thinking by now and where what I'm thinking on some of this. Okay, neither trucking company CSRT of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, or truck manufacturer Daimler Truck North America of Portland, Oregon immediately responded to emails seeking comment on today. So people were trying to email them to get any comments, in response to this lawsuit, and they have not responded. Okay. Now, in an Instagram post before the crash, Angie Stone had told fans that she was excited about upcoming events and getting back in the mix. She said a lot of stuff is going on that I don't want to just let out of the bag yet. But you can see that there's a big grin on my face. Okay. So she was excited about some upcoming tours, going to, different countries and so forth. Now, let me pull up this document. We also know, okay, the big thing before this happened, and I want to find that video. I know I showed it to you all before, but Angie Stone did a whole live where she was talking about fighting to get her royalties. Okay. She did a whole live not too long before this accident happened. Hey, Latae, welcome. Good evening. Hey, Queen Tandy is in the building. All right, let me pull up this document. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining. Okay, let me make sure y'all can see it. Uh-oh. All right. I'm going to move the comments for right now so y'all can read. Okay, here we go. Now, y'all, this is new to me too. This is breaking news, okay, on this document. Praise the Lord, I was able to find it because I was reading some articles, but baby, I wanted to see the actual court document, okay? Now, it says plaintiffs hereby file this complaint demanding a jury trial and show this honorable court the following. And let me show you up here. Right here it says a jury trial demanded. Okay. And notice here, this was filed in the state of Georgia in Gwinnett County. Okay. It was filed 2 days ago. Diamond Stone, which is Angie Stone's daughter, and Michael D'Angelo Archer II. That is Angie Stone and D'Angelo's son. Okay, they are the surviving children of Angie Stone. Okay, let's see here. Let's go down here. Notice they are suing CRST Expedited Inc., CRST The Transportation Solution Inc., Jared S. Wilkinson, and that's probably that driver. Daimler Truck North America LLC, Detroit Diesel Corporation, Lethal Carter, Joseph Robinson. I don't know. Maybe that's him. I don't know. Y'all don't know which one is the driver's name. Good to Go. Wait a second. Who is Good to Go Cafe? I'm sorry. This is probably not a laughing moment. Okay. Good to Go Cafe LLC and Executive Elite Transportation LLC. Now, let me say this. Hey, Your girl is hey, we reading this together. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not interpreting anything. Okay. So let me just, hey, put it out there. I'm not a lawyer. We just reading the documents together. Okay. Now, here we go. In the early morning hours of March 1st, 2025, Grammy nominated R&B singer Angie Laverne, go on, Angie Laverne, okay, Angie Stone and a group of her bandmates and family members, including Sheila Hopkins, were traveling through Montgomery County, Alabama, after leaving a performance the night before in Mobile, Alabama. Now, Angie's group was riding in a 2021 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van owned by defendants. Okay, thank you for answering my question. Good to Go Cafe LLC. Child, that was the name of the, okay, I guess that's the company. Executive Elite Transportation LLC or Joseph L. Robinson, and driven by defendant Lethal Carter. Okay, so he was the one driving the Sprinter. Okay, let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, because I'm on two different screens. All right, we good to go. Make sure y'all tap that like button. Let everyone know we are live. Who had been hired to transport Angie and her group from Atlanta, Georgia to the performance in Mobile and then back to Atlanta. Now, it says while traveling north on I-65, defendant Carter lost control of the Sprinter van, causing the van to exit the roadway to the left. As defendant Carter attempted to steer the Sprinter van back to the right and onto the interstate, the Sprinter van overturned onto its driver's side and came to rest in the left lane of I-65 North. Now, the right lane of I-65 North was open and not obstructed by the disabled Sprinter van. Angie Stone and Sheila Hopkins, who were both properly belted in rear-facing seats. Okay? So for those people saying, well, why wasn't she wearing her seatbelt? Well, this lawsuit states that she was wearing her seatbelt. Okay? And they were in rear-facing seats behind the front driver and passenger seats. They survived the initial collision without serious injury, as did the other occupants of the Sprinter van. Okay, so that line right there in itself was a praise testimony. You know, hey, they actually survived it. Hey, dreamy girl, good evening, girl. I know you said I thought she was going to bed or something. Look, we're not gonna be here too. We're gonna do a part two to this because I want to get deeper into this. All right. Now, during the next several minutes, all the passengers, including Angie Stone and Sheila Hopkins, baby, they keep naming this Sheila Hopkins, okay, attempted to get out of the overturned Sprinter van. Okay, so everybody on the van was trying to get out, including Angie Stone. During this time, the headlights, tail lights, and running lights on the Sprinter van remain on. So that's a good point to put in there, because depending on the time of day and whether, because you know it was early morning, whether sometimes it's a little dark still in the morning before the sun comes up. That's a good point. Could someone see some lights on? Okay, to identify, oh, there's a van in the road. So I'm glad that they put that in there. Because they were paying proper attention to the roadway in front of them and not driving too fast for the conditions, several other motorists traveling northbound on I-65 saw the overturned Sprinter van and safely drove their vehicles around it in the open right lane. Other motorists paying proper attention to the roadway also saw the overturned Sprinter van, pulled over to the right shoulder of the interstate, and put their four-way flashers on. Uh-oh. Now, see, they owe that lady that came out with the video an apology. Because that lady was not like, oh my gosh. Y'all. Now, this is a good point as well. Before I continue, notice how they are highlighting other cars were coming through there and saw the van. Okay. Those people did not hit it. They were able to go around the van into the right lane. Okay. Or some of them actually pulled over as well and put their flashes on. Okay. Welcome back, Mrs. X. Thank you for joining. Now, look at this here. When you look at this, it says, with the help of these good Samaritans, because that lady did say they pulled over. She did say that, okay? 5 of the 9 occupants were able to exit the Sprinter van. At around 4:25 a.m., a large CRST tractor trailer driven by defendant Jared Wilkinson, that's him, okay, was proceeding in the left fast lane of travel on I-65 North. Defendant Wilkinson was on his way to deliver a load of sugar to Forest Park, Georgia. The CRST tractor Wilkinson was driving was a 2021 Freightliner equipped with Detroit. Oh shoots. Hold on, y'all. I didn't hit. Okay, here we go. I done lost my spot. Okay, equipped with Detroit Assurance 5.0, a collision mitigation system designed, manufactured, marketed, and sold by defendants Daimler Truck North America LLC and Detroit Diesel Corporation. The Detroit Assurance 5.0 collision mitigation system is marketed and advertised as a system that will warn tractor trailer drivers of moving and stationary objects in the roadway, partially brake the tractor trailer, and then fully brake the tractor trailer if the driver does not respond. So wait a second. A couple of things here. Now, with an 18-wheeler, those truck drivers are able to see more than a car that's just on the road because they have a higher view. They're sitting up higher, so they can actually see further. It seems like further down the road than if I was just driving a car or a little SUV. And the reason I know that is one time I was driving from Houston and I was going really, really fast. And an 18-wheeler, because he saw way down the road, honked his horn to warn me that a cop was sitting up ahead. Okay. Now, if these other cars were able to stop and go around the Sprinter van, how come first, without the let's put the truck to the side, what it can do? How come you were not paying attention enough to see further down the road there is a van laying on its side in the road? Okay, that's number one. Now, number two is, even if you're using GPS on your regular cell phone, it will, I don't know if y'all paid attention to this, it will let you know if there's something in the road. Have y'all ever noticed that? I know mine lets me know, hey, girl, look, it's an object up ahead. Or it's a police presence up ahead. Okay. So I would think that at least it would have said something or gave some kind of clue that something was in the road, because they have navigation systems and things of that sort. Dee said, yes, she did. People were really mean to that lady till she got scared. Exactly. Hey, Nina, good evening. Welcome. Another thing is that I was about to bring up. Now, this system is supposed to warn the driver, okay, of potential danger or something in the road ahead. Now, it partially brakes the truck, okay? If the driver does not respond, it will fully break it. Now, one reason, and this is something that they will probably get to during this trial, is if you're saying that this truck driver was driving with headphones, listening to his music, was it the system or was it him? Okay. And well, it had to have been both because he probably missed the first warning listening to the music. And then if the system was faulty, that's how come after he didn't adhere to the warning, it didn't fully stop the vehicle. Okay, so that's two different things taking place there. Now let's take a look at this next paragraph because it talks about that. It says, because defendant Wilkinson was not paying proper attention to the roadway ahead of him, and because the Detroit Assurance 5.0 collision mitigation system did not warn Wilkinson of the disabled Sprinter van or automatically brake the CRST tractor trailer, Wilkinson slammed the front of the CRST tractor trailer into the disabled Sprinter van at highway speeds without ever applying the brakes. Now, I'm going to tell you this is why this is suspect. Okay, on this part. This is just my opinion, but this is why it's suspect. Let's just say that he really was not paying attention, okay? But then he looks up, and which, I mean, you that engulfed into something where you on a whole highway going 70 miles per hour until you didn't see cars kind of braking, going to the right, and you need to stop. Like, okay, that part in itself. But if you get up on it, you mean to tell me you're going to continue going and don't even hit a brake? Like you literally trying to run into it? Was he asleep? Because we talking about listening to some music, but now I'm wondering, was he asleep? Okay, did he fall asleep? Because, or was it intentional? I would just put it on out there. Okay, was that part intentional? Because I just do not understand how at some point, and y'all probably, I know I've traveled the highway. Y'all have probably taken road trips as well. If you're riding down the highway, yes, we do get comfortable. But if there's an accident or something of that sort, what's the first thing people start doing? People start slowing down, even if something not in your way. Y'all know we are nosy. We are slowing down. We're trying to see what's going on, what's happening. Now, sir, you mean to tell me you did not see any lights breaking? Okay, no red lights. You so engulfed in the music, so you didn't see people going around something. They breaking, but you not, and you going straight dead into the van. Come on now. Something that it just does not sit well with me right there. And it doesn't make sense because if you, I don't see anybody being out of it unless you just flat out went to sleep. Okay, you would have had to have been dozing to just go 70 miles per hour when other cars are slowing down, going around something, and you going 70 miles per hour. Jessica said, I thought 18-wheelers aren't allowed to drive in the fast lane. At least that's how it is in Texas. Uh-oh. Girl, Jessica. Sis, I don't know. I think, let me see. I've seen some 18-wheelers on the highway go around and pass and then get back over to the right. Now, I have seen that part. Yes, it will tell you. Okay, D. Okay. Hi, authentic lady, young lady. She said, hi, open book. Google Maps bought Wazi. So, yes, it will let you know about cops or debris on the road. Okay, got you. Okay. Okay, remember what the lone people said. What did they say? Girl, okay, I'm just saying it's very suspect on that part. Okay, now it says at the time the CRST tractor trailer slammed into the overturned Sprinter van, both Angie Stone and Sheila Hopkins were still inside and trying to get out of the van. The force of the impact was extremely severe. As a result of the collision, Angie Stone, oh Jesus, oh, this part is hard for me to read. Wow. Angie Stone was ejected from and pinned underneath the Sprinter van. Angie Stone remained trapped underneath the van, where she consciously suffered until she ultimately succumbed to the fatal injury she sustained in the collision and died. Now, on this part here, I guess because I'm a visual person, so I'm trying to kind of picture that. So her and the Sheila Hopkins, were both trying to get off. Now the impact ejected Angie. Now this was supposed to be a really hard impact. How did the other lady not get ejected as well? And then if it hit the van, how did Angie get pinned underneath it? I mean, is that making sense to y'all? Because for some reason, that part is not adding up for me. I'm trying to make that make sense. Dreamy Girl said, Jessica, they not supposed to, but they do it all the time. Okay. Oh, okay, got you, Latte. Yes, that lady said that. She did. Hi, Faye. I believe they will win that lawsuit for their mother. Yes, I'm praying so. I am praying so. Yes. Susan said earbuds in, drowsy, perhaps inebriated. Okay, something. Remember the lady who had a video on TikTok that was asked to remove her video? Yep. And I wonder why. What now in hindsight, you look back to that, okay? Those people knew that that lady was telling the truth. They did not want that to get out. Now, I'm wondering, did the lady get in contact with the family? Right, Susan. That part is just hard to kind of hurt my heart to read that. Okay. Did she get in touch with the family? Like, or if she didn't, all of the people that were present, had they been telling the family what really happened? Because no one from this accident has done interviews, has spoken up about it, talked about it, or any of that. As of right now, we don't see their names on this lawsuit. So I'm wondering, are they going to do their own lawsuits? Okay. And maybe trying to see what happens with this one. Okay, so it says Michael D'Angelo Archer II is a Georgia resident, is a surviving child, and the duly appointed administrator of the estate of Angela Laverne Stone. Oh, so her son is over her estate. Okay, then it says deceased, and then Diamond Stone is also a surviving child of Angie Stone. Plaintiffs Michael D'Angelo Archer II and Diamond Stone are the only surviving children of Angie Stone who is deceased. Angie Stone was a Georgia resident. Plaintiff, okay, Sheila Hopkins is a Texas resident. So Sheila Hopkins is suing too. Now, okay. Let's see the defendants. They talk about those trucks. Let's see. CRST, the Transportation Solution, is a foreign corporation authorized to do business in the state of Georgia. Okay, gives the address where they are. Okay, registered agent in the state and maybe serve a legal process. Okay. That's addresses and stuff. This court has jurisdiction. Okay, it talks about jurisdiction. Okay, let me see if there's anything else we need for right now here. Oh, number 13, defendant Wilkinson is subject to the jurisdiction of this court because he is a non-resident who transacts business in the state and cause tortious injury in the state pursuant to, okay. Okay, because okay, so they transact business there so they can have it at that particular court. All right, so that's just giving more information, y'all, about the different parties that are a part of this lawsuit. Trying to see what else. Okay, that's kind of recapping what we were just reading earlier. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that's like the main part of this whole case. So this is kind of repeating what we just went over on that part. I'm trying to see if there's anything else, y'all, for right now, because I know we're gonna come back to this because I want to show y'all some of the videos that we talked about. Because see, in hindsight, okay, let's look at some of the counts because it's good to now look at things when you now see what really kind of happened to go back and look at some of these other videos. Um, Count one, defendant Jared S. Wilkinson's negligence. Okay. Plaintiffs reallege and incorporate each of the above number paragraphs as it fully set forth here. Okay. So let's see. Negligence. Okay, violating pertinent rules of the road, which with such violations amounting to negligence. So failing to operate his vehicle with due care and caution, operating the tractor trailer carelessly and heedlessly in willful or wanton disregard for the rights or safety of persons or property. Number three, following too closely and failing to yield to other vehicles, including the disabled Sprinter van, driving too fast and at a speed greater than was reasonable and prudent under the conditions, failing to move over and go around a disabled vehicle, and then failing to operate the tractor trailer in accordance with the laws, ordinances, and so forth. Unlawfully and negligently operating a commercial motor vehicle while distracted and or fatigued in violation of state and federal law. See, y'all, I think right there, number 7, I'm telling you, I could already tell it, and I haven't even gone to we haven't even done the whole trial. Okay. That man was probably asleep, very distracted. They need to see if he had a cell phone, okay, and anything in the system. At this point, if you, I'm telling, it's no way possible you didn't have any warning signs that people were stopping, going around a van, doing this, doing it. Come on now. You can't be that out of it. Even if you do look down for a little text message or something like that, like you going 70 miles per hour and everybody else probably slowed up going 20. So then you following too closely. You can't brake in time. And some of these big trucks get on my nerves because they do that. They will kind of get on your little bumper, okay, going too fast because you know it takes longer to stop a huge 18-wheeler than a little car. Okay, so you have to start braking way back, but he didn't even break it all. So come on now, like something is up with that. Susan said, rumor was everyone at the time lawyered up. I can see. Okay. They probably like, oh yeah, we gonna sue. I don't want to talk about nothing until my lawyer tells me I can do so. Hey, Brittany, welcome. Thank you for joining. Okay, so violating other stuff. Yeah. Failing to keep a proper lookout and or pay attention to the roadway, thereby placing the lives and well-being of the public in general, and Angie Stone and Sheila Hopkins in particular, in danger. Ooh. Let's see what else stands out. Failure to use proper hazard perception techniques, proper space management, failure to take reasonable evasive action to stop and or avoid the subject collision, failing to inspect or operate the tractor trailer in compliance with state and federal laws. Y'all, her family, they are about to win this case. Okay. I just have a feeling because this is too much. This is really too much. Okay, count two is defendant CRST's negligent. Okay, let's see. So that's more so of their truck. Count three, strict products liability and negligence as to defendant Daimler. So it looks like they are suing. These are just counts of negligence to all of these parties. Wow, y'all. Failure to warn as to defendant Daimler. Wow. Let's see. At the time, the 2021 Freightliner Cascadia and Detroit Assurance 5.0 collision mitigation system left defendant Daimler's control and entered the stream of commerce. It was defective and unreasonably dangerous due to defendant's failure to provide adequate warnings or instructions regarding the foreseeable risk of harm associated with its use. So they allegedly allow a defective truck to be operated on the road like that. Wow. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but Dr. Omar talked about these 18-wheelers coming out of nowhere, taking folks out. If okay, hello, that's what hey. And y'all know that even here in Texas, they now have, and I know some other places too, they now have trucks that drive themselves. It's no driver inside. Okay. Now that's even scary. And most truckers have to have a 1 million combined single limit. Oh, wow. Brittany said that man wasn't properly paying any attention to the road at all, or sleeping or drunk. I still feel like something was fishy about Angie Stone's passing away. I'm telling you. Yeah, Dr. Umar. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Let me see. This is what I want to, hold on, y'all. I want to look that up. Like, who is that? Oh, okay. Sheila Hopkins is one of her bandmates. Brittany said, I hope that the family gets justice for their mother, which is no longer here. Exactly. They're going to wind up making a settlement because they know that the case could get Yeah, I believe that too. Yep. Mainly truck company and driver. Yeah. I feel that same thing too. I feel a settlement coming, but y'all, Can they, I guess, can they do that if the family has requested a trial? Can they still just say we want to settle? I'm not a lawyer, so I don't really know that part. Okay. Strict products liability and negligence as to defendant Detroit Diesel. So that's another part of the company. So a lot of these companies, y'all, are being sued. Defendant Lethal Carter's negligence. Uh-oh. Okay, so this is Angie's driver. Defendant Carter was hired to transport Angie Stone, Sheila Hopkins, and others in the Sprinter van from Atlanta, Georgia to Mobile, Alabama, and then back to Atlanta. As such, Defendant Carter was a carrier of passengers. Defendant Carter had a duty to operate the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van he was driving in a safe and prudent manner so as not to endanger the lives and welfare of his passengers, including Angie Stone and Sheila Hopkins and the motoring public. This duty included keeping a proper lookout while driving, paying proper attention, remaining alert, and operating the Sprinter van prudently and in accordance with the conditions of the roadway and all traffic laws and regulations. Defendant Carter breached his duties and is liable for his tortious acts and omissions, which include violating pertinent rules of the road. Let's see, failure to operate the Sprinter van with due care and caution. Let's see, failure to operate the Sprinter van in a safe and prudent manner. Failure to keep a proper lookout and pay attention. Failing to use ordinary and extraordinary care, and then other acts of negligence. Ooh, woo! Defendant Joseph L. Robinson, good to go, and executive elites negligence. Okay, so they're talking about the people who own the van. Okay. Wow, y'all, this is a lot. Okay. As a direct result of the defendant's negligent acts and omissions, Angie Stone suffered severe personal injuries, conscious pain, and that's the hard part, y'all. She was conscious during a lot of this time. Okay, she was alive. That's the hard part to know that. That man should have never been on that road at all. Exactly, Brittany. What's going to come of her royalty situation? I hope they continue with that fight too after this. Right. Okay. Because, hey, we haven't forgotten that Angie was live talking about that. Conscious pain and suffering, shock, fright, and terror, and ultimately death. Plaintiffs claim and seek all damages available at law for the wrongful death of Angie Stone. Okay. Plaintiff Michael Archer II, as the administrator of Angie's estate, claims all compensatory damages suffered by Angie Stone for which her estate is entitled to recover. Pre-impact and post-impact shock, fright, and terror that Angie Stone experienced prior to and during the subject collisions, all components of the mental and physical pain and suffering, I know that's right, and general damages endured by Angie Stone, all emergency transportation expenses, medical bills, funeral and burial expenses for Angie Stone, punitive damages to punish, penalize, and or deter defendants, attorney's fees and litigation expenses, all other damages recoverable by law. Okay. So Sheila Hopkins is on this lawsuit too. It is basically saying she suffered the same thing, but she's alive and Angie is not. Pretty much. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. And I'm glad that she's alive, you know. Wow, y'all. So, ooh, in a nutshell, for part one, this about to go down. Okay. Nothing can ever bring their mom back. But I am glad that they are holding the people accountable for her death. in this situation. And I pray for justice in this situation. I also pray that yes, after they finish this lawsuit, that they will continue Angie's fight to get her royalties. I truly believe that that last video, okay, and y'all know the rest because it's happening too many times. I was even looking at on IG a lady from, I believe, one of the countries in Africa. She was suing a company for millions that they owed her. Y'all, why did that lady end up right before the court? I believe it was right before the actual trial. They found her unalived. See, some of these companies that know that they're about to have to pay up, okay. Susan said allegedly the Sprinter driver was going fast and had some stuff in his background too. Hello, and all of that stuff. See, this is why they're going to want to settle. Yes, they did have on seatbelts because imagine the things that are about to come out about these drivers. Remember when Aaliyah passed away in that crash, and come to find out that guy had only been on the job for one day. Okay, he had a record and all of that too. And that's why I say this stuff is suspect. You mean to tell me you have celebrities that you're putting in danger with these people that are not qualified? Okay, and then they end up unalived. Like, it's a red flag for me. Okay, it's a red flag for me. It's crazy. Yeah, it is. It is so sad that their mom had to lose her life due to not only one person's negligence, but it's multiple from the people that own the trucks, okay, to the drivers. She could have possibly still been here had the other truck driver, she was getting out of one incident. The whole rollover situation was trying to get away out of that. And then lo and behold, here he comes. And let me say this. Y'all know what it reminds me of? Y'all remember that scene on the Five Heartbeats after their manager, oh Lord, I can't think of his name right now, said that he was going to go tell on Big Red and all of the crooked stuff he was doing. And so he kept blowing up his phone first. And he told his wife, I'm going to go down and go to the studio. So the guy pulled up his car. He had a valet. The valet pulled up his car. So when he was about to get in his car, he was just standing there. And I guess he was just thinking, about all the stuff that was going on. And while he was just standing there, out of nowhere, see, the truck had been planted. The truck was a garbage truck that had been parked, waiting for him to come downstairs and get in his car. Okay. For one, who picks up trash that time of night? Because it was nighttime. So they already knew, they had been watching him and all of this. And while he's standing there with his door open by his car, the truck picks up speed, knocks him into his car, and he ended up passing away. So when I read this and it said that the driver did not even brake, what else do you want us to think besides that looked intentional? Okay, for a truck to, come on, everybody else braking. The lights were still on the Sprinter. And it every time I think of that moment, it takes me back to the Five Heartbeats. Jimmy, thank you, Latte. His name was Jimmy on there. That was his character. And then tried to make it look like an accident. But then word got out, and they came and they kept on, talking about it until one of the guys who was a part of the group knew what had really happened. And then they ended up telling that the guy, Big Red, was behind it and had set it up so that Jimmy could not go and tell what all he had been doing. Now, we know Angie Stone was trying to get her royalties back. Okay? All of the money owed to her. Ironic that now some money is about to come to her, her children, and her estate. I truly feel that they have a great case. So what people try to keep and try to get over on folks, still losing some money. Still got to pay up. And I'm hoping that this is not the end. I truly hope that they keep going with whatever company, and I'm going to go back and find that video. We're going to look at that again. Whatever company that was, those children need to go and fight that company and give us our mom's money for her estate. This is money owed to her. She was fighting for this till the very end of her life. And it's sad that sometimes people in these situations, fighting for their money, living, probably beneath what they thought they would be. She losing all of this money, not getting the money that and now all the money that she was trying to fight for, it might actually come, but she's not here anymore. That's the sad part. It took her losing her life. Brittany says, see, that's what I'm saying. These celebrities need to be very careful. Driving, flying, Aaliyah's death, Kobe. Yep. Come on, Brittany. Right. Aaliyah's death, Kobe. I'm still trying to figure out, sir, how you couldn't see a whole hill and you done lost contact. How did you not see that y'all were right there by a hill? Like stuff like that, I just do not understand. 8 passengers, right, that passed away. Michael Jackson, Prince of Death, very similar. Yes. Exactly, authentic young lady. Exactly. I'm telling you. Whitney Houston, her daughter, similar death. And come to find out, her daughter, that wasn't the first time that she was, somebody's trying to drown her. I never knew that, though. People in general need to be careful out here. Yep, be here the next and gone like that. Yep, it is sad, D. It really is. Hey, I'm Chosen. Welcome. It is really, really sad. So, y'all, I just wanted to first come out with this part, kind of get the gist of what the lawsuit is about. And so now we'll start walking through this and kind of looking at some videos because there's another content creator. Oh, what's his channel name? I can't think of it right now, y'all. It's late. I'm about to go to bed. But he was on it. Okay. He was on it about this truck, the truck driver. Oh my God. Y'all. Now I'm looking forward to his live or his video that he's probably going to do. Because he'll probably do a video about it because the very thing that they're saying now, he was bringing that up. Introverted rock star, that's his name. He was bringing that up back when this happened. A lot of the things he was saying. And then we have that girl, and I think all of those videos, I don't know, but it has to be still out there somewhere. So I'm going to do my homework. That lady that was telling what... Y'all, they done ran the lady off. They ran her off. Oh my goodness, the lady was probably telling the truth. And they done ran her off. She got scared for her life. Okay, that man never should have ever been flying with Kobe. Yes, in the 8 passengers. That's sad, all of those kids. I mean, it's so sad. Kids, grown-ups, all of them, they did not have to lose their lives. Okay? Who, Jesus, Lord, my heart, poor Angie, rest in peace. I'm praying for her kids through this process because, y'all, it's going to be a process, okay? The whole thing has me nauseated. Yes, exactly. So if that's possible, because I don't know how the law works, if they want a trial by jury, but the companies want to settle, I don't know, are they able to just settle? Um, I don't know. That is now when you settle, you can sometimes settle where you can say, this isn't admission of guilt, but we're willing to pay XYZ amount. And I think it's with prejudice or something like that, where they cannot sue you again or something like that. I don't know if it's with prejudice or without prejudice. I told y'all, hey, I'm just learning some of these terms, but can have it where they can't sue them again. So we'll see. We'll see. This was just filed 2 days ago. For those of you who just came in, Angie Stone's two surviving children. Okay, without prejudice. Thank you so much. Okay. I was trying to figure out which one. Um, they filed a wrongful death lawsuit against pretty much the drivers of the Sprinter, the CRST truck, the companies that made the trucks, all parties involved. And so they want a trial by jury. And that's where we are with this as of right now. Susan said that truck company has a bad rep too, allegedly. That's what I heard. Yep, that's what I heard. Wow. Ooh, this is so sad. Like, and those other people, y'all, let's be on the lookout. If y'all see something, let me know. But I believe the other people are following suit that were on the van as well. Okay. If they, or if not, okay, I'm looking at it like this. They may want to see how this goes if they win this case. Okay. If they have a good outcome, then they could still sue. If they see that the company was willing to pay and was, settle, maybe they think they can get a deal as well. Because if anything, it would be from the Sprinter because they didn't get hit by the other truck. They were already safely out. It was mainly Angie and the Sheila Hopkins. The other people, if they're going to sue, it would probably have to be the Sprinter people, okay, for that negligence. But the trucking company, the bigger 18-wheeler, they would not have gotten hit by that. What happened with the lady that helped out Angie Stone? That's what we were saying, Brittany. Girl, I have to find that video because people were trying to scare that lady. They were saying she was lying. She got scared, deleted her whole page. Okay, but y'all know how stuff never goes away because people were showing the video. I'm about to do my homework. I'm gonna find it and we'll talk about it and we'll kind of go through and look at Angie's video before she passed away because I have that as well. They may not be able to sue or speak on it. That's true. Mm-hmm. I believe her, Brittany, because some of the stuff that she is saying is actually that she said on the video is actually in the lawsuit. I do believe her. And also, y'all, I believe there were other people there as well. Okay? Y'all know the police are probably taking reports. So a lot of the stuff we have not heard yet. But there were other people there too that saw stuff, that were recording things, that probably saw Angie. A lot of stuff probably is hidden, okay? That we're not privy to yet. Yeah, they're gonna find him, Jessica. They probably putting APB out. Sir, where you at? We need you in court, okay? Yeah, if anything, he better have gone to another country. Because, sir, you are liable. So hopefully they'll find hopefully they'll find him. This is crazy, y'all. Yeah, they will. They will find him somewhere. If not, the trucking company, he probably doesn't have any money anyways. The trucking company will pay his part. That man probably, he would probably file bankruptcy. I ain't got it. Okay. He's on an island somewhere. Girl, once he knew what had happened and that Angie Stone passed away, oh my goodness, that man probably got out of Dodge. He probably hopped on a plane and went over to Dubai, hiding out somewhere. Okay, because he probably knew what was coming down the road. He knew. You never know. Yeah. And my thing is, y'all, this just really, really how things are coming out now. Okay, Susan, you better say it. You better say it. Okay. How things are coming out now. Look at how stuff can be hidden and narratives can be put out there. Okay, because I want y'all to see how it was all Angie Stone passed away in a car accident. Yeah, but which car accident? Okay. This is what I'm trying to say about the Malcolm Jamal Warner situation as well. Certain things can just be put out there as a blanket issue or something that happened to them, but we never get the full details of it, or they try to cover it up or hide it from us. Thank God her family is taking it upon themselves to really get justice for their mother. Now we're finding out more. Now we're finding out about the young lady that she was not lying. Okay, so hopefully we can get some justice for Malcolm Jamal Warner too, because we all know that probably did not happen the way it did as well. Body found in water. Oh, we just gonna say drowned, but what really happened? Right? Okay, it's a lot of them. When he was speaking at Angie Stone's wake and her funeral, I did like that he was what he was saying. Who, Brittany? They deported that other truck driver that busted that U-turn and caused a massive pileup. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I hope so. I hope not. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Well, y'all. Um, I don't know. We're gonna keep a watch on this. This is a lot. I'm like, y'all, I don't know. It just took me to a place where I'm like, it just makes me, feel some type of way. I just cannot believe on one side, I'm rejoicing and happy that Angie did make it out of that original car accident. But then it makes me sad on the other side of that that happened like that at the end. And oh, I don't know. It's just it didn't have to though. It really did not have to. Where's Angie's assistant that supposedly stand in her home? Really? I don't know. I haven't heard about that. The truck driver is the reason why she's not here with her family. Right. Right. Exactly. That's the part I'm struggling with. Like she could have still been here, and I know God has his time for us all, so I'm not saying anything like that, but I'm saying due to negligence or something intentionally, you know, um, now her life is gone and her children have to live without their mom. But I'm glad that they are taking the necessary steps on getting justice and what is due to their mom on her behalf. And I also hope that they will continue, even with the other case, work to get her royalties and the money that she was working so hard to get. Wow. But I love you all. I thank y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button if you have not hit it. Also, if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell because you never know when I'm going to go live. Thank you all and welcome, Becca. Look, we're about to get off, sis. I love you all. Y'all have a good night. It's Friday. Okay. It's about to be Friday here, but I know some of y'all are Eastern time. But I love you all. Y'all have a great night. Bye-bye.
Flip through truth with the open book. If you felt that heat, like share, locked in. Another chapter done, but we far from finished. Truth on the mic, yeah, we handle business. Real talk, no fluff, just facts and fire. From the book to the block, we taking it higher. The open book, every voice matters, every lie shatters. Catch you next page.